A shotgun in certain states sometimes is the only option when it comes to hunting whitetail. While most hunters prefer using a rifle, there's a unique thrill that comes with hunting with a shotgun. Trevor from High Vis Shooting Systems is in camp as he prepares to hunt whitetail with one of their flagship shotgun sights, the High Vis Tri-Vis shotgun sight.
Came down here to do a whitetail hunt, and we wanted to do kind of a simple shotgun hunt. So we're using our Tri-Vis sight. Basically what we wanted to accomplish is just the everyday shotgun, basic field gun off the shelf. Everybody's got a shotgun or 3 or 4, and if you got a smoothbore shotgun with a vent rib, we got a sight that'll go on it, a front rear sight set. So we're using our Tri-Vis sight set. It's front and rear sight, it's fully adjustable. Maybe a lot of people see it more as a turkey sight, but it's really a universal sight. You can use it to sight in slugs, you can use it for turkey shot. People use heavy shot and hunt coyotes with them. It's just a really great sight, and the benefit of that is that you get adjustability, and it helps you as opposed to using, say, a shotgun bead. You can do this with a shotgun bead too, but if you use a shotgun sight set, it's going to help you keep your head down, hold your sight alignment, and probably make a better shot. So the first morning we set up, we're in a pop-up stand. We're just waiting at early first morning. Not quite light, probably 4 or 5 minutes before you can even really start to see real good. Not much else going that day. Weather was hot. It was already over 60 when we got in the stand, and it turned out to be about 80 that day. So I think that really kind of kept them down. That and being on the front end of the rut again, the predictability or patterning of the deer is just really tough. So not much else going on that morning. So, we packed it up, headed out, got some lunch, then we went back out for the evening and moved around to a different set. So the evening hunt, we had a couple stands we were choosing between, and we decided just to go to one. Again, it was just so warm that we figured the deer probably wouldn't be coming out till almost dark. So we jumped in another stand, got up in a tripod stand, sat there. Had a few does come in, just wanted to kind of wait. They were a little skittish and weren't maybe right where we'd like them anyway, so just wanted to wait and see if anything else came in. Does kind of moved off, so we decided it got dark, got too dark to film, so we decided to pack it up.
When we return, we'll continue with Trevor in the field as the action starts to heat up. Trevor from High Vis Shooting Systems is hunting with us during the beginning phase of the rut here in Texas.
Trying to get us a whitetail to come in and see if we can shoot them with a slug with our Tri-Vis sight. Much cooler today, got some wind, so we'll go out and see if we can get one to come in this morning. I was tempted to maybe take that one. He was probably about an 8 inches of antler. Not total. Yeah, not an 8.8 inches of antlers. Oh, looks like we got some does coming in right over here. About 4 of them. See if we can get one out in front of us.
wait till one of them turns. I'll wait till this one in front of me turns here. Yep. Closest one. You ready? That's a dead doe right there. That's a good shot. That's a dead deer right there. Perfect lung shot. Shouldn't be too hard to track. Well, we had a bunch of bucks in here yesterday on the camera, coming this morning, and didn't want to come in for us. Had a little spike come in, so it's getting kind of late. We just had 4 does come in, and we got one. The tri-vis worked nice, and always fun hunting with the slug when you get close shots like that. And there isn't much that does a better job than a slug. They're pretty devastating at the range you can use them at. I'll give her a couple minutes and we'll go find her. Well, let's go see if we can find us a doe. Alright. Ran right through here. Yeah, that'd be some of the blood she was spraying out.
I'll get a couple of shots. I'll come help look too. Definitely a good shot. She bled a fair bit there. I saw her run off, and I could see blood coming out, you know. And she went in, but a lot of times, like they do, they'll go in and kind of hook on you instead of running just in a straight line and go under some brush or in some brush. And there she is. A nice shot right behind the shoulder. And you know, shotguns. It's just such a workhorse. Shotgun can do everything, you know. With a slug inside of 75 yards, you know, you can't get really much better than that. And they sure are fun to hunt with at close range, especially with open sights. With that tri-vis, you can really see, doesn't obstruct the target. You can see around it. You got a really good field of view, so you can see above and below your sight picture, see exactly where you're aiming. Made a great shot. Got us a nice doe. That's a good sized doe. Get her loaded up in the truck, and not some of the bucks we were looking for, but shooting any deer is exciting, and you got to manage them all. So get her loaded up and get her back to camp. Us as hunters, we have to conserve game, and part of that is management. So you got to shoot does, you got to shoot bucks. Everybody likes to shoot things with horns, you know, who doesn't? But I like to hunt, I like to shoot deer, and to me it's not a downside hunting does. It's all exciting to me and I like it. Yeah, that doe gave us a great opportunity. That was a kind of a perfect setup for the end of that morning hunt.
Having knocked down a doe in the morning, Trevor's still looking to fill his buck tag with his shotgun in tow.
We're gonna go out and set up here in another spot where there's been a couple bucks coming into, and probably some hogs too, but hopefully we can get a buck to come in first and see if we can make a good shot on one with a slug. Got a good feeling about this one. That's what I said yesterday also, but the weather had cooled off. You know, we had a hot day, and then it cooled off. You know, front came in, it cooled right off. So we go in and we transitioned out of any blind into just a ground brush blind, sitting some turkey chairs just in a brush blind, which makes it a little more challenging. You know, you're quite visible, even though you're kind of brushed up, but you're still out in the open, especially if you've got animals maybe coming in behind you or from the side, you just don't know.
There's a buck. Buck coming in from their left. Oh, I think he's chasing that doe. Yep, there he is. Got her done. I think that tracking job will be shorter than the last one. Well, that was a pretty good, kind of a simple hunt. Standard field grade shotgun. Upgrade it with a tri-vis sight and a slug. And I'd say that it's probably about a 65, 70 yard shot on him. And dropped him right where he stood. Pretty exciting. Yeah, it was really hot yesterday, morning and afternoon. We really didn't see anything. Saw some hogs right at the end of the day yesterday. Well, and a few, just a couple does, but we were really looking for a buck. So set up this morning in a field that some bucks have been coming to, and of course they didn't show up, you know. So we shot a doe this morning and came to this spot here and had a couple bucks that have been coming in here, and had a little spike come in first, and then a few does, and they kept kind of running around, and wind kept turning on us, and they kind of had us made there for a little bit. And but we just waited out. We're about 45 minutes before dark, and we had a nice little buck come in. Take a look at him. And there he is. He's not a monster, but he's nice. Yep, nice little 10-pointer.
This is our fourth hunt, second day. Hadn't seen any bucks, you know, other than a couple spikes. So, you know, Wade said, you know, if you see something, you like it, go ahead and take it, you know, and I looked at him. He looked like a good mature buck. You know, he doesn't have a whole bunch of inches, but he's got a whole bunch of character, a lot of mass, and I couldn't quite see that. And I think I was deceived a little by his body size. He's a large bodied buck. It was just a really good trip, really good hunt, and really exciting. You know, I just encourage people to think about doing, say, even a handgun hunt or a shotgun slug hunt, or, you know, something with open sights, close range, you know, a little bit more challenging. You know, and one thing about using like the type of sights that we make, especially the tri-vis, is that at no point while I was hunting did I ever give a thought to acquiring my sights or lining my sights or a sight picture, because the sights are so bright, they're just always there present, and it's very easy and natural for you to align the sights and acquire the sights on the target. In that late evening light, no problem. I mean, just perfectly. So it takes one worry out of your hunt. You know, am I going to be able to see the sights? Will it be too dark to make a good shot? You know, there's no problem there. I just had to wait for the deer to give me an opportunity.
Don't go anywhere. When we return, you'll get an inside look into the new 2024 lineup of Yamaha's proven off-road vehicles.
When it comes to the Yamaha family of side-by-sides and ATVs, there's something designed out there for about everybody. You can look at ATVs for those small trails, really off the beaten path things where a guy is an individual hunter and he likes to get in and out of, or that may be the only way he can get to and from his hunting stand, or he likes to ride the fence lines and trails with that type of a model. Then you can start stepping it up into two-seat side-by-sides that you can accessorize and design basically how you want in the same situation, with a little more power, a little more backbone to be able to utilize for work, for play, and recreational when it comes time to go hunting like what we do. And then you've obviously got the 4-seat models as well that are really diverse in so many different ways, because there's a lot of families that like to get out together, you know, husband, wife, and the kids. Well, there's seats for everybody in that type of a configuration to set up. It could be 4 buddies, it could be 4 workers working on a pipeline. All of these units are very diverse and can be, you know, set up for anybody's individual needs. When it comes to us, we use them primarily for work in a hunting scenario, whether we're in Kentucky climbing hills, hauling big deer out, going to and from the stands, hunting in Kansas, you know, cutting across the pretty cut cornfields and soybean areas, or down in Texas where our deer lease is, where we might be hauling feed to corn feeders, we might be hauling gear to and from locations to work on fencing, or whatever the project may be. We can accessorize, we can adjust the setups, we've got the power to do what we want to do, and frankly, they're far more comfortable than my pickup truck. There are so many different features somebody can build into these units, whether you're getting it straight from the factory like that, or you're going to accessorize it with aftermarket products. You can basically set these units up in any desirable way that you have. For me, the units that come straight off the factory, you know, you're going to be able to have a comfortable ride. You're going to have a very efficient unit that's going to do a lot of different things for you in a variety of manners or needs that you're going to have, whether it's hunting, using it for your business, farmers, ranchers, whatever it may be. Yamaha's going to have a model to help you out.
Well, this year, Yamaha has set a new standard for proven off-road 2024 side-by-side and ATV models with the unveiling of all new models and technological enhancements. The 2024 collection showcases Yamaha's commitment to providing optimal capability, comfort, and confidence for every off-road enthusiast, whether conquering the toughest terrain or embarking on epic adventures. The Wolverine lineup takes the spotlight with the introduction of the all-new Wolverine X2 1000. The all-new Wolverine X2 1000 combines the compact and nimble Wolverine X2 platform with premium enhancements derived from the premium R-Max 1000, delivering superior handling and exhilarating power for navigating tight, technical trails to wide-open terrain. The Grizzly Kodiak 700 and Kodiak 450 ATVs offer maximum value and work-ready performance. The Grizzly stands as the ultimate adventure ATV, delivering exceptional power and performance for conquering extreme trails. Meanwhile, the Kodiak 700 and Kodiak 450 offer maximum value and work-ready performance in compact and agile chassis, perfectly suited for navigating tight and technical trails when off the job. The Grizzly 90 and YFZ 50 models are joined by the new Raptor 110, expanding the offerings and providing younger riders with exciting off-road experiences. Embark on your adventure and learn more about Yamaha's 2024 proven off-road lineup at YamahaOutdoors.com or by visiting your local Yamaha dealer. Well, that'll do it for this episode. We'll see you next time.